Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Everyday Black Man Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by Armstead, R. Reed, and DJ Allmight. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Website coming soon. One thing that I did over the weekend is I watched a documentary, and I want to tell you guys more about it. From the Emmy Award-winning director Antoine Fuqua and the NBA All-Star Chris Paul comes The Day Sports Stood Still, the new HBO documentary that tells the story of the unprecedented sports shutdown in March of 2020 and the remarkable turn of events that followed. Chronicling the abrupt stoppage of sports, the athletes' prominent role in the cultural reckoning on racial injustices that escalated during the pandemic, and the complex return to competition. Stream The Day Sports Stood Still now on HBO Max. And without any further ado, let's start the show. All right, so I want to know more about this story you promised to tell us all might about racism in America.
The black on black racism. So this story is from Fayetteville, North Carolina, circa 2000 and I want to say 13, one of those years. Me and two homies, all of us are brown skinned, are in Hooters and just chilling, kicking it.
Of all places, of Hooters.
Yeah, I mean, but if you've been to Fayetteville, you'd know in the local area, it's only several restaurants you would go to. And honestly, we weren't even going to Hooters for anything, but I only think it was the wings. Somebody decided on it. Regardless, because it was a B-dubs out there anyway. We usually just went to B-dubs. I think we just wanted to see bitches. Anyway, ordering our food, blah, blah, blah. We had this pretty, this cute-ass light-skinned chick that was our server. And the three personalities at this table, it couldn't be any any better diversity. We had the real hostile Boston nigga that is very arrogant, but he talks a big game, but doesn't really execute it when it comes to women, only when they're not around. And if they are around, his arrogance and speech is probably only entertaining on a 90s sitcom.
I got that reference.
And then my other homie, he's chill. Usually he's like the funniest one of the group. He's a little jokey and everything. And then this is me like freshly like accepting the single life, newly divorced, and finally getting the handle with things with social media and how fucked up the world has changed since before I got married. Anyway, as time goes on, nobody really we always entertain whoever the hell our servants are, talking to them, jokey and all that shit. And then I wouldn't shot my shot in a subtle manner. And I was like, yo, so, ask for like her number. Because at this time, like this isn't like Snapchat area. Snapchat and shit ain't out. So ain't no reason to ask for social media or nothing. But the problem I had with this light skinned chick is her response, which was, well, I don't really talk to guys that look like you. And
The fuck?
Yeah. That right there where my eyebrow raised. I looked at my homies, then I looked back at her, and I was like, that looked like me? And my boy, the hostile one, he was like, you mean dark skin? And she was like, she didn't like necessarily say yes, but she was insinuating yes. And I was like, okay. I would have rather been told I was ugly, to be honest. Like when you come at me for my skin color, and then I can't control that. I can't change that. And I think that's pretty fucked up. You're allowed to have your preference, but yeah. That just
with preference.
What do you say?
There is no but with preference.
Oh no, I didn't know but. It ain't no but. I got that. But no, what I was about to say was like you're allowed to have your preference, but you got to realize you got to be able to read a room when you get ready to go down that aisle. You could even say, I don't really date black guys, period. But the way that you worded it, I don't talk to guys that look like you. It's like all right. I gave her a quick up and I gave her a quick up and down, and I was like, where are you from? And she said she was from Portland or Oregon. And I was like, I took I smacked my teeth a little bit and I was like, so you are here in Fayetteville working at Hooters, meaning you must have hooked up with a white guy that you met probably in Oregon or wherever. He brought you out here, promised you the world, and promised to at least take care of you, but he didn't, possibly cheated on you. And now you stuck here, can't get back home to Oregon, but you're working at Hooters. She excused herself to go get our food and never came back. That was the end of that story. But no, that was pretty much where it landed. Like, and that pretty much proved me right. She never came back. I didn't even say it in a mean way. But Fayetteville, I learned when I was there for those few years through my friends who are racially ambiguous and the ones that are lighter skinned always had a better success rate.
So the R reads.
Possibly, yeah. Some was light as R read. I mean, or dark light because he ain't that light. Yeah. I experience more bias from black people than I have white when it came to the color spectrum of black and white, and if you want to say prejudice, racism, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've never experienced anything like that from white people, and it hit different, but I ain't feel no kind of way. It was more so I got aggravated at that point because it became a redundant thing after a while. You just get tired of it to the point where you don't even fuck with nobody. Well, I didn't fuck with locals. I mean, military and everything, but I didn't fuck with the locals at that point. You got kicked. What do you do?
I don't know. I was just I heard him talking and then it just stopped. So
Oh, no.
So you're saying you made fun of Wall Street bets and Elon Musk kicked you off? Got it.
Damn. Went straight to Elon.
Hey, straight to Elon.
Did you see that he said he wants to
Everything
open
starts
his
with
own
Elon.
city in Texas
Yep.
next to their SpaceX program and shit? And what's funny is when Elon Musk talk, I don't like dismiss it. It's just the fact that like when you say this is what you're doing, it's like nigga, just say you're doing it. Just say it. We know.
Exactly.
We know.
Like you're too rich to pretend like you're not about to do it.
Right. Like I'm tired of you speaking in an ambitious manner, motherfucker. You have
Ambition.
it's there. Right.
Exactly. It's like it's not ambitious when you have the money, motherfucker.
Right. Like you are too rich to talk in an ambitious manner. Just say it, man. Like it's done. It's there.
Exactly. You just like Akon when he got that funding, like nigga, just say you're building a city in Africa. Don't be over here like we're trying, nigga. You got $2 billion. There's no trying at that
Right.
point.
Right. Like, bro, you literally just became the richest man in the world 3 times in the last 2 months.
Yeah, and even when you're not the richest man, you're number 2, nigga. You're
Right.
number 2.
You literally lost several $1 billion and it didn't even bother you.
Yeah, you lost $7 billion and just like, oh, okay, all right. Whatever.
What was it? It's like they took a $2 billion loss after he invested in Bitcoin, and the motherfucker was like, okay, yeah.
And then he's like, now I get to begin my grand scheme of things.
Right. Like this motherfucker, you just like in the last 3 months, they like announced that he was like up several dozen billion. Like, bro.
Yeah, he did grow very rapidly in the last couple of months. Partially due to
Exactly.
that whole Tesla stock getting overvalued. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Y'all can hear me now, though.
Oh, finally.
Okay,
Finally, god
I
damn
need to
it.
go
We
back
thought
to-
we was gonna
Nigga,
have
I do
to.
not look racially ambiguous. What the fuck you talking about?
Yes, you do, nigga. And it's
What the
recorded
fuck? I
now.
do not.
They not
Hey,
they not
I
even
call
gonna be able to
you.
say no.
I call you dark light skinned, man. That's what you
That's
ain't
what I was
racially
saying,
ambiguous.
bro. I'm brown
You a
skinned.
dark light skin. No,
He
what he
dark light
means is
skinned.
that you're light but you're dark. You act like a
He
dark nigga, but you're light.
he can pass off as a Dominican in the right neighborhood. Put it like that.
Red.
Not even just a Dominican. This nigga could just start saying he speaks Spanish and niggas won't even question it. They're gonna be like, all right, I
especially
believe him.
especially if you keep wearing hats like you did yesterday. Like, yeah, you keep wearing them hats. I'm gonna
Exactly,
start
nigga.
telling people
I thought I was in fucking Miami when you had that hat on.
like you
Nigga, that was
look.
a winter hat with a some spring outfit. I was trying to
What we're saying
accessorize.
is that Cubans don't dress
Bro.
very well.
I thought you would fly. I was just saying
But
that.
he just hating. I'm saying the pictures
No,
can't come.
I'm not hating. I
I
love
feel
the hat.
I
I'm
saw
just saying
I
that you still seem like a Cuban guy. Even if you're saying, that's a winter hat. I mean, I'm just saying, nigga, Cubans don't know. They be rocking shit like that year round.
I'll put it like this. I saw Reed and I felt underdressed. Like you look like the guy that is 2 tiers underneath the main drug boss. That's what you were dressed like.
And I
2
thought
tiers.
Like you clearly know he's not the boss, but you also don't want to cross him because he's close enough to the boss to where something's gonna happen.
I thought he thought I was overdressed. And
I
then
wish I would have
his
known way more ahead of time so I could have showed up.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
A few minutes later.
Nothing like a good sneeze. Whew.
Did you
Good
say a
stuff.
good sneeze, nigga?
Yeah, man, you ain't never sneezed and it just felt so good.
I mean, yeah, like when I got over a cold, but nigga, you
No,
making it sound like
I'm talking
sneezes is
about.
great.
I'm talking, man. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird.
No,
It feels
Armstead, go into
good.
the etiquette of sneezes. I want to hear this. This is an
No, it's
Armstead
not.
dissertation.
It's no etiquette towards sneezing. It's just like how sometimes when you want to dig in your ear and when you hit that spot in your ear, it's like, oh, this doesn't happen often, but when I actually get it, it feels amazing. Yeah, that's what I.
I actually, I'm mad that like in the last like 10 years, I've been feeling guilty about, Q-tip in the ear because of how good it feels. Granted, I ain't jamming it in my ear, but I get
Yeah,
tired of people saying, you're not supposed to be using it for that. It's like, look, shut the fuck up. All right, it's my ear. I don't want to hear it. All right? The shit feels good.
I mean,
yeah.
that's actually 2 very good points.
That's all I'm saying.
If I
But
ain't supposed to be
how
doing
often
it,
do
it
you
shouldn't feel so
how
good.
often do you really sneeze? I'm talking about like just like really.
I got
sneeze.
sinuses, bro. I sneeze a lot.
Oh, okay. Well.
I'm one of those people that don't breathe out of both nostrils majority of the year.
Oh.
Damn.
I hate that shit.
And Reed, you're back to whatever it was,
Yeah, whatever the hell
Mario
you.
64.
Yeah, you ain't got that Madonna connection no more.
24-bit.
All right, well, in that case, then we'll just move on because I thought Reed was going to have something about this, but instead we'll talk about that coward Joseph Brown, the guy who killed those kids and racist ass, what was that, Kentucky?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how old were these kids? Does anybody know the answer?
I mean, I
Is
know
this the
one was
one?
15, one was 17. I think
This
the
the
other was
gas?
16.
Not gas. This the
Yeah,
white
this is a
dude
gas
that killed.
station.
Yeah. They were
So what?
teenagers
So
and they weren't doing anything.
okay. So my goodness.
Like it was literally like they were. It ain't one of them stories where it was like, oh, they were playing music loud, even which that still ain't a reason to kill a motherfucker. They weren't fucking antagonizing them or nothing.
Yeah, so the story is actually pretty straightforward. So basically, Bossard basically arrived at the gas station, got into a conversation with the kids, decided to almost hit one of the kids with his truck, then drove off. Then 2 minutes later, he got pissy because the kids obviously verbally told him off, came back, walked up to their vehicle, and just started shooting into that motherfucker. And then they tried to drive off, but this motherfucker chased them down and basically did what we do in Grand Theft Auto, which is quite horrifying to think that this happened to some kids, and for two of them, this was the last thing that they're ever gonna see.
Yeah, that one I ain't gonna lie. I don't even want to follow the fucking coverage in a case in Mitch McConnell's state because I feel like he ain't gonna catch nothing. All right, like and I mean nothing. Like he's gonna get the bare minimum.
That's sad, man. And you said the kids were 15?
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
teenagers.
I think the youngest one's 15, the oldest one was 17.
Jeez.
Like the fact that he felt like he was like entitled to do that.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. It's like he felt entitled to do that.
This shit. God damn it. Did
And
we
then the
ever get a?
police took every part of the surveillance camera footage, which is really fucked up.
Oh yeah, that sounds like on the up and up. I
What? You
read
don't
that.
trust the police to do the right thing, DJ?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I mean, I hate that I'm not at that bracket of that tax bracket where I can just pay somebody of whatever race to just clean my clothes and leave my house.
I mean, nigga, you are technically on that tax bracket. You just don't want to
I'm
have to deal with Hispanics that are illegal.
I wasn't gonna say Hispanic. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a white slave.
Nigga, you're not gonna get a white slave for what you go pay bottom of the barrel price.
No, not at all.
No,
And
I
I
was
don't
just
want.
watching a thing on YouTube about a woman who she's an au
their white
pair in
skin
one
isn't
family
worth
in
it.
Georgia and one family in North Carolina, and she's making like $175,000 a year, and she only works 2 weeks out of each month.
Sounds like a good job.
I just don't trust people in my
I mean,
house.
yeah, it is.
I don't
Oh
even
my
think that's
God,
a.
y'all can hear me. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, finally.
That's good.
Yeah, man, that Target has improved your whole life.
I'm at the AT&T store.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh, what were you saying about like? Because I'm pretty sure you were saying some funny
No,
shit
you
about the
said something about
stories.
well, that don't even matter. All that stuff is not even gonna be relevant. But I need you to stop feeling sorry for millionaires who get to play a child's game. Nigga, you at work like everybody else. All right. I don't give a
Millionaire.
fuck if it's COVID. None of that shit.
You talking about the
Fuck them
basketball
niggas.
players?
Yes, fuck them
I don't
niggas,
give a
bro.
fuck about them. I'm not feeling bad for them. I'm talking about the NBA. I was just
No, the
saying how
NBA, yeah, fuck them. Like the nigga go
I don't.
play. That's your job. Go shut up
No,
and
I
dribble.
was saying it is a shitty
Shut up and
product.
dribble.
Like
Don't you tell this
because
nigga to shut up and dribble. He want to dribble and not shut up.
well, I don't even give a fuck about that. I am a person that is a fan of the goddamn All-Star game, and I don't
Why?
get to
It's
really.
terrible.
It's in. I mean, I don't watch TV as it is. It's something I can have on that I
Okay.
know is going to be consistent. Plus, with the new Kobe rules, it actually is entertainment because they actually compete. Like last year's All Star game was pretty good.
I think it was just something different. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of them guys, man. I don't know. I just saw LeBron and them. I'm just like, bitch, shut up. Like niggas was in grocery stores. You playing basketball. Shut up. Like, shut up. I see what white people saying. I never said to them directly that I understand what you're saying. But LeBron, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
But you don't. I mean, but nobody.
What did LeBron do?
I'm not mad at LeBron. What I'm saying is you're greedy enough to play the season, but you want to pick and choose when you want to. Either you
That's
don't
not
play or you play.
even it. They were told during between the players association and the
That,
collective going to have an All
bro,
Star game, and then niggas like 3 weeks out, they was like, hey,
if
we
they
gonna do an
didn't
All
want to
Star
play
game.
it, they collectively bark. I
They can't.
guarantee they collectively. Yeah,
But right,
definitely. Sorry.
I was laughing when I don't want to say it ain't I agree. It's just kind of one of those like I get it, Them niggas like, especially the motherfuckers that played all the way to the finals and everything.
No,
But
bro, but they always say that shit, but them niggas got 2 months off in between. Nobody talks about that. They got
you
two
said the
They
months.
two
don't have
what?
too much off. They just are off
No,
right
they
now.
got 2 months off before they played again, and they played less games. Remember, they played 10 games and then they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, but the playoff games were every other day. They didn't have like the long gap between the games, like
But
they usually would
typically,
in regular playoffs.
regular playoffs is every other day.
No, not for the finals and stuff. And then if there's more teams, because
Not
like
for the
they
finals,
usually
but
they don't. But
for the playoffs, it's typically every other day.
yeah, but that wasn't the same teams. Like in the semifinals and everything, you usually got more time in between. But they
But
rushed that whole schedule, so everybody was playing every other day.
they also got 2 months off. Like that's the part.
They
Like,
used to. I mean, but all right. So I ain't what's the word? I ain't caping for them being exhausted or nothing. But think about the strain on your body, like because they do. You have to train. You do have to stay in shape for certain shit. And then when you are fatigued, you're more prone to injuries. I know
um,
that from experience.
yeah, let me let you
So,
in on a little secret, bro.
Definitely that.
Let me let you in on a little secret. If they paid me $15 million to play basketball, I'll train, get injured,
but are you speaking?
guaranteed.
Are you speaking on behalf of a person that is a role player, a bench player, or are you speaking on behalf of a face of a franchise?
Even as the face of a franchise, what LeBron making 35, 38 million somewhere in there? Nigga,
Something like
shut
that, like
up.
around 40.
Like, I hear you,
But
bro.
but
I
but
hear
but
you,
but
but
no,
shut up.
I'm not capable. I mean, but the thing is, we all we all work and dislike something about what our employers tell us, and we ain't gonna be quiet all the time. So
Bro, they didn't have
unfortunately,
to play at all, because
they get fined. They get fined if they don't go to the All-Star game and they were selected. Like, and it's like a big fine. It ain't like a few $1,000s. I think it's as a percentage of your fucking overall salary
Really?
for the year.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
So
but they would have been all right.
but you trying to set yourself up to be a billionaire for the like. I get it. I don't care you a millionaire and everything like that because you ain't making nowhere near the money that the nigga that's paying you is. That's pretty much where I'm like,
Bro,
and I
let's
ain't
be
caping for
honest with
millionaires.
you.
I
Only
don't really
about two
care
of
about
them
that.
niggas per generation, maybe one of them niggas per generation gonna be a billionaire. The rest of y'all got generational money. Like if you're smart, but you're probably not gonna
Shit,
be.
we
So I
already
don't want
getting
to
a
hear it.
shitty season as it is. So I'm talking about my biggest gripe is the quality of the All Star game because the season is shitty already with the games where like top 10,
Oh,
like the
this
fucking
season's
Celtics
trash.
are like 500. Like
But
that
the
shit's crazy
Celtics
on
are
itself.
overrated, and you and I both knew that.
In the East, they not overrated.
I still always thought they was overrated.
They ain't overrated in the East. Honestly, they one of my favorite squads right now because I'm a big Jalen Brown fan though.
I
They put
know,
Tatum as the
but
face because
Tatum is
he's light
overrated.
skinned. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's racially
and
ambiguous.
I feel you, but he's also shown that he can do more too. Like
He can,
Jalen
but he
Brown's
trained
not
with Kobe.
consistent.
He trained with Kobe like his first few years. Like he actually went and did that. Jalen Brown. I mean, ain't he from Georgia too? Ain't he one of y'all?
I don't know.
Yeah, the number two, Jalen Brown. I've actually I've been a
What I'm
fan just
saying
because
is,
of
even when he trained with Kobe, remember his game tried to change, and that was like,
yeah, that's what he was doing kind of bad. Oh shit, your signal went out again.
nah, somebody called me, and yeah. So McDonald, you got to cross the bridge, and you good. Okay.
So that
Ah.
tower must be on the other side of the zone.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm in my car now. Anyway, so yeah. All right. What was the other thing y'all was talking about? Your story and the racially ambiguous thing. Like that's full of shit. I don't believe that racially ambiguous. Whatever, my nigga.
Honestly, that's my facetious term for light skinned people that don't want to claim black.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I can claim
No,
some
but you
man.
too dark, man. Remember that conversation we
Correct.
had? Like in the '90s,
Yeah,
you were light
bro.
skinned. In the 2000s, you were brown skinned, dark skinned.
No, Trey Songz. Hold on, let me look at Trey Songz.
That man is burning cinnamon.
See,
By today's standards, they consider him dark skinned. When like I remember guys that was your skin tone when I was younger, they called y'all light skinned. That's why I got frustrated with this stupid ass Generation Z and the Generation Xers and the millennials that agreed with it. Because it's like y'all niggas was just calling this shit this back then. Like I remember that shit
I
because
just can't wait till this color shit end, bro. I don't think
it's
so.
getting worse. It's getting
Man, that
worse.
ain't never gonna end. That color shit
It's
will
going,
never
it's
go
going
end.
to
This
It's
end, bro.
getting way
generation,
worse because we got
No.
niggas
what's
calling themselves burning cinnamon when they
what's
light skinned.
all
Exactly.
right.
It ain't gonna end, man.
Look here, you chocolate piece of shit, Mister Yes, looking nigga.
But look, what's fucked up is that
Hi ho,
the
nigga.
First off, fuck you, Uncle Ruku. All right. Just because
Uncle
you the color
Ruckus.
Ruku
why
wanted to be doesn't mean that you get to act different.
why is everybody acting like Generation Z is the ones pushing this agenda when it's obviously the fucking Generation X's and millennials pushing this shit.
I mean, that's
Like,
how it goes with everything, even with cancel culture. White people doing this shit to themselves. So we just watching them crumble their own societies.
like
Pretty much.
they, I mean, yeah, and we know overall it's the whites and the black people that want to have nothing but white friends and claim black anyway. But it's like you talking about the generation that was boot gang, put them in the coffin, and doing all this social media shit are the ones that's talking about they offended for everything. Like that's
I don't
bullshit. These are the
no,
most
bro. They're
disrespectful niggas in
sensitive
the
as fuck.
world.
The
No, they're
white ones.
sensitive to authority. They're sensitive to authority. But when it comes to everything else, them niggas are the most disrespectful son of a bitches in this planet on this planet. They are the definition of I can dish it out, but I can't take it back.
I think the niggas, like, I'm sorry, when I say niggas, I mean
Niggas.
like the lower class people. They can be white, black, whatever. The niggas don't give a fuck still, and I still think they outnumber. But the problem with niggas, they don't have power. They're just niggas.
I think you should name
Correct.
it differently. Maybe it should be niggas.
Nigga,
I
niggas.
mean, they are niggas because they ain't got
What's
no
up?
power.
What's up with my niggas? I slapped it.
Even my now my daughter, she's fucking light skinned. No, that little motherfucker
Racially
is a
ambiguous.
liberal. No,
I mean, she came from your tree, so not sure how she's gonna be anything else.
Yeah,
no, that's
man.
her mama light skinned. I ain't that kind of light skinned.
I mean,
Like she
Oh,
lacks
you
some
mean she
not
color.
passed as
or
Puerto Rican light skin?
Whatever the
Puerto
fuck
So
that is.
your daughter's Puerto Rican.
My daughter looks like your
Yeah, Puerto
girlfriend.
Rican.
Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican.
My daughter looks like your girlfriend. It creeps me out sometimes a little bit. Because I was
Oh
like,
my
look at
god.
her, I'm like, that's how she gonna look when she get older? I
Hey, I
don't know.
mean, they. What's funny is there's a whole category in this up because I actually remember telling my girl we went to Walmart once. I was like, oh, well, I went without her. I was like, I saw one of your people. She looked just like you, and it's basically the
But do
super
we
light
just say that
skin.
about all super light skinned people?
No, no, I'm talking about the ones with the colored hair, colored eyes. Colored eyes, they got a different category.
Okay, that's what it is. Like she got the gray eyes too, right?
She got the green, blue, gray transition
Oh
eyes. I don't
shit,
know.
not the
Oh
green
yeah,
blue
she
gray.
does that too. She goes,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's so cool. I was like, girl, you. I told her she got my eyes, but they contacts. I wear contacts because I don't want the girls all over me. I don't want the girls all over me. My daughter don't believe me, but that's neither
You
here
are
nor there.
stupid.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like
but
you
yeah,
wore the
man,
contacts when she was
I
conceived.
was talking to her and she was talking about. I said something offensive to the LGBT community. Of course, she was like, "That's homophobic." I said, "Nah, you just heterophobic."
So you biting off 99 M&M?
Yes, bro. She
You-
did. She was like, I was like, it's not homophobic. It was a comment that was not homophobic. It was critical. I don't think it was homophobic. And the problem that we expressed on this podcast and something recently that we all everything lacks nuance, and don't ever let them take away nuance because that's what when they talk
okay,
about socialism and all that kind of stuff, like in communism, like that's where it's lost. The transition
what
is nuance, and we can never ever get rid of nuance, and that's the
can we
problem
come
with
up with
most
a
of the
term?
conversation.
Can we come up for a phobic term for all folks that are anti-black that ain't racist, so we can stop calling them racist, so they can stop being offended and just saying you're African phobic or something?
Just white people.
Basically,
Black folk.
like it seems like when you put phobic at the end of it, that hits a different way for some reason.
That's
Like
funny, bro.
Afrophobic.
if you notice it, like when you say you racist, I'm not racist, and I'm tired of you people using the race card. All right, you nigga phobic. How about that? Like,
I like
it,
nigga
Nah,
phobic,
don't give
but
it to niggas.
we
Don't give it to
we
niggas.
not gonna let them say that, bro. If they
no,
say
Or
we can't give them that.
if somebody say nigga
Negro
phobic to
phobic.
you,
Yeah,
negro
you're
phobic,
Negro phobic. Yeah,
I
that.
like
And
that, bro.
Negro
That's starting
Negro
here, bro.
phobic.
I
we
like
need to
that,
have a
bro,
phobic term, man. Everybody
because
that
I
had
think they
phobic
would
at the
care
end
more.
there.
I like
Yeah,
that. Damn it,
xenophobic, all that. Like everything that has a phobic wins.
see, negro phobic, bro. I like that.
And they're even trying to change racism against us. Like you now, you're just being racist against white people.
White
And then
people
when
want
we
to
go,
be. Oh
Or
God,
or and
this
if
white
they and if
person.
they and if they don't want to go further than that, maybe frophobic.
kinky
Afrophobic.
phobic.
Afrophobic. I like Afrophobic a
Oh,
little bit better.
Afrophobic sounds
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
Afrophobic.
yeah.
There you
I feel like
go.
you
See,
niggas is
Afro-American
fighting
phobic.
off my
hey,
style.
all
But
right. So Riker, Riker, we need you to go ahead and trademark
Yeah,
this and get some money,
yeah,
please.
because when before this podcast come out, we need to start a phobia campaign that makes with black people, and then we're like, you're playing your music loud. Stop being Afro.
Because aren't they trying to say? Aren't they?
I bet he said it like that. That's what's.
I know.
Oh God, it's not
I
Afrophobic.
mean,
Don't
because
be
we
Afrophobic.
now have Asian phobic people technically. I mean, because
I thought
Asians
that
have
was
been.
xenophobic.
No, that's Jew. I thought
I
I
have no
mean,
idea.
yeah, pretty much.
I don't
xenophobic's
know
for
anything.
Jews.
I don't know, bro. Because I don't
All
even know
right,
what that
so
means.
I know
Because you
that ain't on
can't
the.
be
I didn't
critical of
either.
them motherfuckers when they own like all the money. So
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
know
you
how
right
that
now.
works.
When I heard of xenophobic, I
I
thought
mean, you can
about
be
the creatures
critical,
from.
but you're gonna be.
I just thought they were talking about the creatures from Alien.
Look, bro, we try and get money. So if some Jew want to pick us up or Jewish person, I don't care.
I
I'll
have
take
no
their money.
problem with the Jewish people. I have the problem with
I have no
the people
problem with
that
the Jewish community, especially Hasidic ones. They're
my
awesome.
problem is the people that stand up for the Jewish community and they're not Jewish and they turn
I
everybody
love her shirt.
to anti-Semitic folk. But
No, they
like
do
that,
that because you don't argue with them. That's what homophobic people did. Because I think I said something like so about what did I say? Is she I don't know what you call it. My child's mother has a friend that's what would you call her, a lesbian? And
yes,
and I said something about her. I was like, yeah, who cares
Are
about
we
her?
talking about the same person?
Yeah. I said no one cares about
God
people.
damn it, Nick.
I said no one cares about people who can't procreate. Like lesbians and stuff. She said that's homophobic. I said no, that's true. They can't procreate. Like
they can't procreate.
no one
No,
cares
yeah,
what they
Well,
think.
no,
you
them
can't.
not being able to procreate is not the problem. The problem here is that you're like, no one cares about them. No,
Hold
a
on,
lot
hold
of
on,
people
hold on.
care
That's
about.
not true, Ari. You're being very insensitive because there are trans women that are lesbians, even though they were biologically a man that didn't get the surgery and they can have kids, and
Yeah,
vice versa.
Correct.
I want to see those kids. That's gonna be a
Didn't
weird
that
ass
sound
kid.
complicated? That sounded so complicated, though. I hate
I
that
don't,
we have to
it
Didn't
actually
been
didn't
say that.
Amazon have a thing on that already?
I don't know. They were blocking that book when Harry turned into Sally or something like that. Remember
Yeah. I think that's one of the ones.
when Harry met
What?
Sally or something like that?
What is?
But
I
they
thought that
like
was an
got
ABC sitcom.
that's Harry met Sally, and it was a movie.
Ah.
Harry met Sally or something
Oh
like that.
yeah. Never watched that. There was white people on
No,
the show.
it's too many white people. But I agree with them having their argument about it because they got Dun Koof up there, and I think that's how you pronounce it. That Hitler book. I'm just like y'all are being very, very selective.
I thought that
And
Nigga,
shit
did
was
you
supposed to
say
be taken
Don Coop?
down.
what is it called?
Infirm or
Mein
something like that.
Kampf.
Wow.
Something
See, I
like that.
don't even know. I've never chose to read that book, and I think you should just leave it up
It's
there for
mostly
people.
just bullshit. So I mean, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, but
Hold on,
I
you
mean,
actually
all
read
but
it?
I mean, it was one of the electives in college.
Elective. That means you didn't have to do it.
No, I could have done the other ones, but I mean, I didn't think I was going to go anywhere with a gender study class.
Oh hell no!
didn't they take Fahrenheit 9/11 out of
That's
not
the
9/11?
not
And
nine
that's the
There's
eleven.
worst
a
You're
part
right.
about it. Fahrenheit
57 or something like
450,
that.
yeah,
Something like that.
454 or something like
They
that.
took that out of libraries, didn't they? In bookstores.
That's so crazy, man. I think
That
that's
is crazy if they did.
I remember
yeah.
that's the only reason I know about it
I mean,
because it
that's
was
the
taken
point.
out
If
of
you ever read
stores.
that book, that's what that's about. So I don't know if you like if you're talking about that's what that book's about, or like are you saying because
No,
that's what
that
that
book.
book's about.
Yeah, that's what it's
Sorry,
about.
Fahrenheit
But they
451.
I
there
thought
it
it was
is. Yeah.
9/11 or something like. Okay,
No, that's my Michael Moore's documentary for
okay.
9/11.
You're talking about 9/11 and then Fahrenheit 11/9, both of which I own on Blu-ray. But
Yeah,
as
but the
far
book
as
you just
Fahrenheit
said,
451, I mean,
yeah.
it's a really weird book. Going back and forth between World War II and like the guys running from Nazis to him being taken by interstellar people and them basically like keeping him in a human zoo. But the whole point of the book is that people are sorry, no, I'm confusing that with this other book. Sorry, this one is basically very similar to 1984, whereas anyone who can read, they basically kill him, and the guy has a job as a fireman, but the firemen just burn books.
Yeah, they Michael B. Jordan made a movie what recently. They made that movie a couple times though. If
I'm
I'm
not
not
watching any
mistaken.
more movies with Michael B. Jordan. I'm not gonna lie. He has a movie on Amazon Prime that somebody sent me, and I'm just like
I
not
think
sold on him.
I find it so funny that Amazon got rid of that book, but they got this whole documentary on this failed guy running for presidency. Because I don't give a fuck what y'all say, that dude will never ever be president. That
Who?
Which guy?
Mayor Pete
Oh,
butt plug
Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
butt plug.
Buttigieg? He has a book.
Buttigieg, yeah. No. His entire Buttigieg's entire campaign run is basically up on Amazon. Well,
Correct.
partly because remember they're going to push him next. That's why he's in the cabinet now, so he can learn the rules,
Hey,
Oh
because he's
yeah,
going to
and
be
he
the
stupid.
about
next
to
We
raise
president.
your he about to raise
we
your gas tax inside. You know, if you didn't know that.
we don't have to stay on politics because fuck that right now. But I
No,
just
no, it's
want to
not
ask.
politics. It's like if
Well,
like you're promoting an agenda and at the same time promoting the discourse within that agenda. I mean,
well,
removing the discourse within that agenda. Which without discourse, then you're not pushing an agenda. You're telling us what it is.
I'm just
Yeah.
confused. Not confused. I'm suspicious and kind of like disappointed of the silence of our vice president, black woman, ambiguous
Oh, she
Indian.
didn't overrule the parliamentarian for that minimum wage hike.
No,
And
no, she did overrule the parliamentarian, but the
well,
Yeah,
problem
but she didn't
is,
speak. She didn't speak though. Like I'm saying, we haven't heard
but
her
that's the thing
voice.
about it. She was brought in to be the muscle, not the whatever.
Hmm. I
oh,
don't like that.
well,
I really don't like that because you were talking your ass off for a good
I
two
mean, look,
years.
you knew she was talking her ass off, and these people was getting all excited, and it was not going to go that
Look,
way. You
I
knew that to
cannot.
begin with.
I can't turn off my keep that same energy meter. All right, it sticks around. All right, I'm one of those folks. If I'm gonna talk shit about you online, I'm gonna talk shit about you when I see you in person. I can't turn it off. It's there. That's how I feel. I'm gonna
but
keep that same
Kamala
energy person.
Harris, that's just politics. Quoting her
Oh
words.
yeah, yeah, I know.
I
I
told y'all
know.
she's a neoliberal snake. She doesn't really have any
I
ideas or
wasn't,
beliefs.
but I wasn't saying that for us because I
Oh,
mean we spoke about it for months. It's more
yeah.
so about the Auntie Kamala. La, la,
No, no,
la, like
that was a media fluff, bro. If you notice, like real people don't like her. Like
I
you know,
mean
maybe a college kid or something like that. But people who've done their
Well, no,
research on her,
people like her. The Auntie Kamala thing was just—it's a trend, man. It's like
it's
yeah.
the
anything
black thing.
else.
They passed that out there because that's who they didn't know shit about her.
What
They
I'm
just knew it
it
was
was a
Auntie Kamala.
liberal Negro thing. Like the
Yeah.
Obama thing, like niggas liked Obama, like for real. But her, everybody got their like side eye to her,
That was
and they'll
probably
say
the
you're just sexist if
that
you
was
No, no, no.
probably
say
Black
that.
women didn't have their side eye for
the
Black
one
black
smart
women do have a side eye for her. Maybe not
the,
those liberal women you hang around her, but these regular bitches ain't fucking with Kamala.
Man,
the
first and
one smart
foremost, these
thing
regular
that
bitches ain't ones actually moving things forward and backwards.
They
So them
vote.
not the ones we talking to. They say they
but
vote, but I don't know. I don't believe half of them.
I was gonna say the one smart thing that came out of K Michelle's mouth like in the last year and a half is when she found out about Kamala running and she said she ain't for us. That is literally the only intelligent thing I've ever heard come out of her
But
mouth.
everybody knows that. That's why I
Yeah, but
say
the
like they
the
were pushing
niggas
her two
don't.
years ago.
The niggas
Niggas
don't.
know. No, they listen to this radio shit and they
California
had their
niggas.
questions.
The
Oh well,
California niggas know.
they she was a well shit, bro. If you read this Afropunk article about Kamala Harris about 2 years ago, they tell you everything you need to know about Kamala Harris.
I actually Googled her when I first heard her name because I didn't know who the fuck she was, even though I lived in California during her time, but I wasn't in politics anyway because I worked for the government, so it didn't really fucking matter. Uh, but I mean, everybody that came up that I didn't know about, I actually do my due diligence and will Google to see what the fuck they did. And I don't really care about your policies because I ain't really seen an administration act on their policies that affect me anyway after they get in. They
She
promised it.
did. She did. Oh, okay. I thought,
They
yeah,
promised it, but they didn't. We ain't see shit actually happen after they get in. So I don't
we
look.
need to argue with the defense too. The defense was, well, what was she supposed to do? Not do her job? I say, y'all don't understand how
Yeah,
these people operate. It's how you do your job. Like they have
yeah.
the ability to not do what she was doing, and she was trying to be tough on crime. You know, all basically tough on crime mean lock niggas up. It's just the truth of it. Tough on crime means lock niggas up times 10. You could be 16 and make a mistake, and you'll be paying for it for the rest of your life. That's
I've
not
I've
tough on crime. They're 16 years old.
I've
Fuck
seen
wrong
that
with you?
like several times with a lot of black celebrities and whatnot, saying that like that was her job. She had to prosecute people, and that
It's
I do like look at that sideways because it's like yeah, I have to like all right, you catch somebody breaking in your house and you find out it's a 10-year-old kid. Yeah, I could turn this little kid into the police and his life can be turned upside down forever. Or I could take it to his parents, talk to his parents, and probably get him on the right course after
Nigga, you're
identifying his
not talking to
problems.
no hood kid parents. Their parents don't give a shit.
No, what I'm saying is
I
they act
mean,
like
but
there isn't nuance there in her job.
yeah,
So what you're saying is nuance. There's a medium in
No,
between
no,
what you
we're
have to do.
disagreeing about two different things here, Reed.
Go ahead.
We're
What you were saying.
disagreeing about you're disagreeing about what she did in the past, which is what I agree with. She had the ability to change the narrative. Yeah, maybe she could have done that as attorney general, or sorry, as district attorney, but once she became attorney general, she could do policy. We agree on that. I'm
Okay.
saying what you're saying is that women are like, we don't really believe in Kamala Harris. And no, based on the fact that her merchandise is selling, these women do
Bruh,
believe in Kamala Harris.
that's a certain type of woman. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
that's a certain type of woman, and you're disregarding because you find them to be uncool for whatever you're trying to say. I don't get that part of it. What I'm saying is the average everyday woman not fucking with her.
No. The average everyday woman, first and foremost, is a white woman. So yes, they are fucking with her. But if
White,
you're talking about average
see
black
that's
woman, go ahead.
no. These white women don't fuck with her. Like the ones you see on TV do. Like again, that's a
Because it's
social
popular, it's
class.
trendy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
they'll never
trendy thing
show
to
these.
do.
Like you and I both know about white women. There's the ones they show on TV that's all for the cause, but the ones that go in that booth, oh my gosh, you think the ones that go in that booth, uh, the ones that go in that booth, they still in there voting for Donald Trump and shit. Because you go look at the numbers, they
I'm
still
not saying that these women will vote for her. You don't have to like someone, or sorry, you have to vote for someone to admire what they've done for their cause. And I think that's the difference is you if you talk to everyday black women who are whatever, then yeah, they may not support her. But the more of these, especially these older black women that you talk to, a lot of them see themselves in Kamala because they see it as even if we just push the culture forward one step, it's worth it. Kind of going back to what Cyrus said.
also the
Question.
criticism that
What
we don't talk about is the sexual things about.
what
I don't give a fuck how you get there, baby. As long as you got there, I ain't
hey,
fucking with
I
on
mean, the
that.
thing about it,
but he said
I don't
something.
care. I
Wait.
don't care about
He
the fact that she had an affair with a nigga. That's not my fucking
you,
business.
you said
What people
something
do with
that
their genitals don't matter to me.
Go ahead.
I'm questioning. I'm curious about because I honestly don't have the answer, and I want to know what you guys think. What is the everyday black woman now? Is it the middle class black
as far as the
woman?
what?
It's like
Oh, that's
when
a good
we were
one.
describing it. Like, what is the everyday black woman? Is it the hood women we see? Because we got to think about
Uh
the numbers. Is it the
uh.
hood
You know
black
what?
women we
That's
see?
actually a good question. That's a good question.
And
So
or is it the successful black woman, or is it the middle class black woman that is in between both, but she's obviously highly opinionated
I can
and,
give you an
and
example.
independent.
So we had a one that came on this podcast who I often refer to. She thinks she's in the Kamala Harris class. Those women, you know them when you see them. They care about status, symbolism, and things like that. Those women. I would say that's a good 25 to 30% of women. Now, the other one we had on the podcast, were you here that time?
I
Man,
don't
what's
think
her
it
name?
was,
Me?
but continue.
I don't. No, I don't think I would.
Okay, let's go back. So what's that girl? What's her name, bro? We was talking about her being a part of the podcast. I can't remember her damn name.
Tatiana.
Tatiana?
Tatiana will be one of those everyday women, I believe. If y'all know what I'm saying. Do y'all agree to that?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
She would be more
Yeah,
like
You
the
know what?
everyday.
yeah.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it because I feel like I might be missing out on a lot of people.
But I was about all right to ask about that then. But she's young. I don't consider that young bracket to be. I consider the age bracket for everyday black woman to be 25 to 40.
Well, I'm saying she's gonna be one of those. Like, just
But
you
but she
care
could be
about
a
politics
completely
enough to
different.
vote, but not really. Nah,
She
you
gonna be
know
you
those
do
women
you
when you see them.
yeah, but
you know,
I'm just saying like I feel like she's gonna be a completely different person by the time she's at that age because she's as young as she
I could
is.
usually you can see the trajectory of
True.
women, and I can see it. Like if she does it, I would be surprised. But those kind of women right now are in college, slutting it up at 19 instead of doing what she's doing.
Looking at
Well,
what,
yeah,
and
but
then
what
I'll
I'm saying
reference
is
that.
that
It's letting it up.
what I'm saying is that there. I mean, look, everybody has a slutted up whole
Bro, I'm
face,
not judging. I slutted it up
but
too.
Look at
okay. But the point here, I think, and the difference here is because we can just really limit it to black women. When it
Yeah,
comes
that's
to
all we
black
care about.
women, I think there is a good 30% that is in your thing, but I think that the overwhelming majority have a middling to very good impression of Kamala Harris
I
because
disagree.
remember, they're not the ones getting locked up. They're not the ones doing these time.
But their
This
sons
time.
are.
No, first and foremost, if we keep it in
we
100, a lot of these
Uh
women don't
oh.
give a shit about what happens to their sons.
Uh
So
oh.
let's keep it honest.
Uh
wait,
All
oh.
which
right,
ones though? But which ones? Because again, we looked it up last night on my drive back from there. The age bracket for women having sons, and especially in middle class, that went up to 30. Like they're not having kids as young no more because women are out there actually being more career ambitious and whatever. So like that's
Really?
why I'm like, yeah, that's the average. You
Where
can Google
they
it.
at?
The average age that they starting to have kids is 30, like late 20s, early 30s. They're not having them that young no
right,
more.
you're right. The average age is ticking up. But what I'm saying is, for a lot of these quote unquote everyday black women, a lot of them have a middling to good impersonation of Kamala Harris. And I
I
think there is still a good 30%. 30% is a small number.
I have
Like,
a
I'm not throwing
controversial
out here that
take.
there's
Let
have
me
a
ask,
controversial take on it though.
what area are they in?
Oh,
Well,
I
that's what
think
my
they're
controversy.
everything from clerical jobs up to the semi-successful women
That,
who are the ones who are pro Kamala. The ones who are super rich are super pro Kamala
Correct.
because it's beneficially to them monetarily.
so my take,
Yeah.
honestly, on the black women is I think it's literally split down the middle.
I would say it's more hate than love. Or I would say it's more indifference. Does that make
Well,
sense?
I'm not even
Not
talking
hate.
about the Kamala
But
thing.
see,
I'm
even
talking about like
indifference is better because if you're indifferent to someone, that's still better than someone having a negative opinion. Like when
so
we look at Donald Trump, people
Put
hate
like this,
him.
bro. Them black
Go
women ain't
ahead.
gonna win here no goddamn election. Is that what you? That's what I'm saying.
Well, no,
What
no,
they?
no, no.
Yeah,
She doesn't need to appeal to black women to win the election because black
she
people
she
fall in
does.
line as we saw with Joe Biden. Black people fall in line as we saw with Joe Biden. The people that she needs to be appealing to are the people
middle class white
who she's trying to appeal to by not saying anything too much. Because by now, Rush Limbaugh made him rest in hell, and all of his
American.
friends like Glenn Beck
I was
would have
about
been
to
saying,
stop you if
"Yeah,
you said the
Kamala's
wrong
gonna
thing.
step over her role and do this, whatever." But Kamala Harris has been very smart, strategic. Don't say much. Don't do anything that's too out of the lines. Because, if this had been a different vice president, he would have been very, very, or he would have been, sorry, let's be realistic. He would have been very, very loud and verbose to kind of
What vice
counterbalance
president was loud?
None.
Cheney,
Like Pitt,
nigga.
Cheney was different. Cheney had because he had rich white America in his pocket. He had the top 1% in his pocket because
Same thing for George W. Bush's father's vice president.
Who?
yeah, but
The
you can obviously
I mean,
caucus?
see
I don't
a
remember his
trend.
name. I don't remember his name,
It
but
wasn't the caucus. What was his name?
no, it wasn't the caucus.
That's who he ran
Um,
against.
I don't even
Yeah, he
remember them
destroyed
running
the
him out.
caucus.
Oh shit! What was his name, bro? We know his name because he began. Was it Newt Gingrich? No. Somebody look it up.
Not, nah, Newt
I'm
Gingrich
not.
has never been that person. Never been that
Hold
nigga.
on.
Damn it, I'm looking at the wrong. I forget that he's a goddamn junior.
Go ahead, because I
No,
think
not
we.
junior. Damn it, I can't find this nigga.
Here it is right here. Dan Quayle.
Yeah,
Quail.
Dan Quayle. Yeah, Dan Quayle was pretty loud. I mean, yeah, we got away.
I was
Shit,
a
Al
kid. I
Gore
don't
was
know.
loud. Al Gore
Yeah,
was
I'm about to
loud.
say we were
Al
that's not
Gore
our
was
area.
a liar, but that's neither here nor there.
But it doesn't matter if he was a liar. People knew him.
That's why. That's why they ruined the whole idea of global warming because the world was supposed to end a long time ago, and that's an inconvenient truth. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. That's why people.
Man, Texas did freeze over. We might be on course now.
Jeez,
Nah, they still
you
ain't gonna
guys,
believe it.
you guys know so much about this. Jeez.
I mean, it's because politics runs money, and that's really the thing that you need to care about.
Yeah,
It's an
basically.
inconvenient truth because that's why, like, George Bush is the one
But
that got Al Gore got screwed out of the presidency. That's like the first time we ever voted. If you were
No,
of
that
age,
screwed
right?
out the presidency. The nigga got literally cheated by a basement in Florida.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah, he did. Because I do remember that. That was my first election.
I find it so funny that people are out here talking about Donald Trump is out here talking about he didn't lose the election. I'm just like, y'all said Russia gave it to him. I think it's so hilarious. Like they was like, that's the same kind of criticism. I guess if his
It was white
official
privilege
Yeah,
against white
narrative, but
privilege,
like,
and white privilege won.
basically.
I don't know,
Like it
bro.
was. I mean, because I mean, it. We just realized how stupid America is as a collective for the last 8 years.
Question on his benefits and stuff. Is that true? Is that
To
No,
get it
he?
all checked by
well,
now.
no. They were closer than we want to say.
That's a lie.
You talking about the impeachment?
Yeah.
No way. I mean, look at the numbers alone. Like all the motherfuckers flipped real quick right after they realized they were safe.
Exactly. Once they realized they were safe, they went completely to the
They
other
flipped right
side.
back. What it did, like, because that's where I literally like my brain shut off when it came to the politics. Because it was just like hearing Lindsay talk, hearing fucking what's his name,
Well, first and foremost,
McConnell.
Lindsay's a snake.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to hear the
I like
words
him
like
sometimes, man. I'm sorry.
No, he's a
you're
straight
a
up
whore mouth.
snake.
I know, but I
Same
like him
thing.
sometimes.
Same thing as McConnell.
But it's
McConnell.
just when the speech was how
Yeah.
far do we have to go? Like what nigga? Like that right there was kind of where I shut
But
the
that's
TV off
just
tonight.
American politics for forever. I mean, it's
Like
really gonna have to become like what Reed normally says, which
yeah,
is until y'all want to have a populist uprising, y'all not gonna get shit.
Yeah, and
yeah,
y'all keep falling for
yeah.
the stupid culture wars. Fuck they stupid culture wars. What do you want? Because
Man, look, you know what?
the culture is not dictated by the government.
I
We want
wish
two thousand
It's
dollar checks.
enforced.
I wish
We
all them
want the
niggas that's
ability to
about
have our
that
own destiny.
niggas that are about that action. I really wish they would look up the French Revolt Revolution. Like I wish niggas really did go to college and take world history and see what happened when the populace did revolt. Like
I mean,
It
we could
That's
just
have a
why.
lot of things if we
That's
revolted right now.
that's why I tell y'all, like, when they talk about December, like January 6th, it wasn't as crazy as they act like it was, because there's a tipping point, and that was the first time.
yeah,
The second time, they're gonna kill one of y'all, and that's all it
yeah.
took. When
Well,
they
no,
kill
they
one of
were
y'all,
looking for AOC. They wanted to kill her. Let's
Hey,
but AOC
let's
is
keep
not
it
your
funky.
like, you white people. Let me tell you something about AOC. She's not about that goddamn action. Like,
Well, no, it's
she
not
talks that shit, but she really
just
not about
based
that
Nah,
on
shit.
this
man, she
action.
got the toughest
She
Twitter
not.
fingers on
Exactly.
this
She
side of the hemisphere,
got
bro.
the
Correct,
toughest
but
fingers,
when it
and
come
on
down
top
to
of
it, she's
that,
gonna fold like the rest of them, because
yeah.
Democrats
But
always
the
fold.
difference here is, remember, if you're a Republican and you see someone like AOC, that is literally your mortal enemy because she wants to do things like
But
help you,
does she?
and you be damned if you're gonna let a brown woman
Can
help you in a
can
country that your family's been in for forever. All right.
I wanna say one thing. I want our listeners and you guys to realize that I want a revolt to happen, but I also want to let y'all know I would not be a
Oh
part of
yeah,
it.
most
I'm
definitely.
there in spirit. Yeah.
Because more than likely
Shots
I'm
that
on
like,
revolt's
made
for
gonna
for
real.
come.
AK-47.
He said he wants a what to happen?
A
I said I
revolt,
want the
a
revolt to happen,
revolution.
but I will not be out there. I'm gonna be real. I
Nah.
want the niggas that ain't got shit to lose to be out there.
Oh, it's gonna be
No, they
it's
the
gonna be
ones. They the ones who not
Republicans.
gonna be out there. They gonna be the ones out there robbing Best Buys, and it's like,
Yeah, I
nigga, the
know.
march was the other way. I'm like, yeah, man,
Yeah,
we get these 62-inch TVs. It's
I ain't
like,
gonna lie.
nigga, 62 ain't even worth
I really
stealing.
wish we can weaponize our niggas that ain't got shit to lose. Like not the
No,
black people, the
it won't
niggas that
come
ain't
from
got
the
shit. I
it
wish
won't
we
come
It,
from
could.
it
the
won't
right.
come from them because it's
Yeah.
not like, when we used to have like that's kind of the problem with just the current meta of things. Like back when we had strong families, it was the mothers and the fathers figuring out how they're going to do their part to help the marches and that kind of thing. Now we have so
I'll
many
fight
single
it.
mothers, it's just not going to end up being anything other than just a whole bunch of fuck niggas running around stealing TVs, kind of like that shit that happened in Target. I mean,
Did,
yeah, it was scary
did
to white people, but it's like that's what these niggas really want. They
did
don't
those
want
numbers not go
change,
down
they
yet?
want
Did
TVs.
the single mother numbers didn't go down yet? Is that not? That's still up. And if it is up, isn't that white single mothers now?
No, they don't count those as single mothers.
No, they don't count white
Of
single
course they
mothers
don't. Of
because
course they
they
don't. Just
need them babies by any means necessary. So
I mean, I
they
know that
completely strike that out.
they don't count the white people that take welfare either. I mean, that's why we're the ones that use it more than any of
I
them.
mean, yeah, but the
No,
white
they
people
use it
take
more than us.
welfare. The
Huh?
Yeah, no. He was saying the same thing you're saying, Ari.
Okay.
I was
White
about to
people
say,
do
yeah,
use
yeah.
welfare more than us, but it's just one of those things where it's like white people hate this sort of dynamic because it goes against everything that they want to believe. Like, as
Narrative.
you're right, Reed, AOC is not the person that they should be afraid of. The person they should be afraid of should be Mitch McConnell. But because he's white, it's all right, and because she's
Mm.
brown, she's wrong and needs to be driven out of town.
Well, you got to say
Uh,
right. Because he was white and he was born in a time when a black man and a white woman would not talk to each other. He's right.
well, they were still talking, but
No, I mean
They're still
illegally, but
talking,
I'm
but
talking about
she was just
interracial.
getting that Negro dick, and then she
Yeah,
was like, "You need to
I'm
leave."
talking about before they
man.
legalized interracial marriages.
Hey, but
I
one
mean,
thing
even when they legalized it, it wasn't really legal for like
I would
another
say
like
is
20
I hope
years.
Nina Turner win in Ohio, because that's who I really want. Because I think that's the real
Yeah, but
hero.
she's going for a seat where if she wins it, it's not going to give us the same kind of thing that we want.
She going for Marsha Fudge seat, right? Is her
Yeah,
name
but that's
Marsha
not one of the
Fudge?
people that we truly need to get out. Like, it'd be nice if she could have gone for Joe Manchin's seat or fucking Susan Collins' seat. People
Uh,
whose seats we need to replace.
Mitch
I mean,
McConnell, Mitch McConnell about to change the rules in Kentucky so the governor can't appoint the new senator, which is
well,
hilarious.
no, it's not. It's not that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I talk about black people and needing to stop, celebrating because all this shit ain't done yet. Because you're right, Mitch McConnell is going to single-handedly change the rules so that he can appoint his own successor, and
Right.
the Republicans who are in that state and House legislature are going to let it happen. Same thing's happening in Georgia right now. And same thing happened in South Carolina, where people are changing things to fit their own narratives. And the problem that we have here is that we're not electing people fast enough. And to be honest, we're not having enough kids because we need more of these goddamn Democratic voters, and then we need to hold the Democratic votes hostage.
Then they just put
So
another 15 in abortion, so y'all bitches, y'all get ready. Y'all get some more
first
abortions.
and foremost,
Um,
they're not going to get more abortions because actually pandemic has been actually pretty neutral for both abortions and for births. We didn't see a ton of pandemic babies, and we didn't see a ton of women going out and being like whatever because most people actually.
You know, I see a bunch of pandemic babies because pandemic babies are made, and you leave the club and you are
Well,
tips.
we
Only
got a
three
couple
states was
this
holding
weekend.
that
We're gonna be
standard.
having some
I
pandemic
mean, no,
baby.
we
Well,
gonna
that's what
have
I'm
we gonna
saying.
have some we're
Not
gonna have
not
some
not
All Star
including
weekend, baby.
not including Georgia, Texas, and Florida. Like y'all were the only ones that was keep riding with it, but the rest of the country wasn't. So the numbers are drastically low.
The South, you might want
Nah,
to put old South on
South
that list.
Dakota was riding with it, and
Who?
they actually at that CPAC thing were like, we were the only state that never shut down. It's like you're also the state that is the most boring,
Which
dry as
state?
fuck. You don't have South Dakota. It's like you're
Oh,
boring, you're dry
that's
as
not a
fuck.
state.
Nobody likes y'all, and you're basically just a desert. That's not a state.
A snow desert at that.
Ain't
Exactly.
nobody
Not
lives
even a
there.
good desert, a snow desert. Like if y'all could actually do something useful, like collect all that snow and actually give it to somebody who could use it, then yeah, y'all be a good state.
I could.
But instead, y'all just let that snow rot out in the desert
Honestly,
and
I
then
consider both
evaporate.
Dakotas to be North Alabama.
North Dakota is actually a very beautiful place. It's still a desert, but it's a beautiful desert with things that you can actually see. If you actually go to sleep out in North Dakota, you can see
No,
the stars in a way that you've never
that
seen it. And the people
that
are pretty nice, and the
hey,
gun laws are very
so
loose.
yeah, I know because that's the worst place you can go as a military person, unless you're an outdoorsy person, because that is just on people that want to have a social life. Now, if you want to go work in those oil fields and places that pay it, now that I think about it, there's a nigga I know from shit, is it Brunswick? It's somewhere in Georgia that he was in the military. He got out, and now he out. This is a whole nother topic, but I've got to go ahead and get off my shoulders and off my chest. I hate
Go ahead.
niggas who prosper to a six-figure or more annual salary, but they don't disclose the type of work they do it, like the high wages they have in places like North Dakota, where it's hard to hire people because nobody wants to stay there. And your job is one of those jobs, like the oil rigs or oil fields, where motherfuckers don't want to work, and then
You
want to
die.
sit there. But look, but then you go out and you want to talk about how you preaching knowledge on money and owning all this shit because you make so much money because you're doing a job that doesn't require fucking high school education in a place that nobody wants to live. But you go ahead and talk down to your people in the form of backhanded
You ever met
compliments.
these oil rig
I am
niggas?
tired of niggas. Yes, I do. They're stupid.
Yeah, but they spend money like niggas too, boy. I'll tell.
They
I was in
do.
a
White or black, no matter what the race.
I was in a Tory Burch store with this white guy. I was like, "What do you do for a living?" Because he had all this money on there for this black girl he was tricking off on. I was like, "Bro, what the
I
fuck?" Because
mean, hey man, let
I
that girl get her money.
I was like, "Good luck," but I was like, "Bro," when I say he had at least about 10,000 out there, I was like, "What do you do for a living, bro?" Because I'm at work. Like, nigga, I want to know. Oh, I work in the oil field, so I was like, "Okay, I'm good." Because
Yeah,
I know the dangerous. Because at least one motherfucker die out there at minimum.
exactly.
At
Yeah,
least a
yeah, I
week.
was just
But
about to ask you.
Everyone, at least one.
even this 2K league I'm in, I a fight or argument broke out in the group chat between one nigga that's claiming he's out and he gotta make these money moves, and a nigga that's claiming that he's well off. If they are, it is what it is. But the thing is, this league ain't even about money. But how come when blacks or niggas get into it, the first thing they say is, "I'm out here getting this money. Y'all niggas that are doing this and that." That shit is so exhausting to me.
The language of money needs to be spoken amongst our people. We speak about money differently, and like there's a couple ways to speak about money, and everybody speaks about it different. Depending on your socioeconomic class and how you make the money is different. How you talk about it. Niggas when they get money, they always talk about it like they're rappers or whatever. But if you look at somebody who was black and successful and came up like they could still be a nigga, but it came up like Robert Kiyosaki or somebody like that from the
Hmm.
bottom up, working this job and then doing this and that. They talk very differently because of their social structure. Them niggas still hang out in the hood to some extent,
To
so they talk about it like they're in the hood. Like it just depends on your circle.
to add on that, it's kind of like, all right, Bill Burr had this joke where he said, how come people that have kids or their first kid talk to everybody else like they got this new form of wisdom? Like, man, wait till you have them. You don't even know. It's just gonna change everything. It's like, shut the fuck up. This is,
No, it
you just had a
doesn't, bro.
fucking. But that's
I,
the same thing with mute. That's the same thing with money. Motherfuckers that fall into it through off their whatever circumstances, especially like you said, that type of black person that you just explained, they get it, and then all of a sudden they feel like they are this enlightened being. When in
yeah,
reality, the
like a drug
steps or the
dealer.
process, yeah, the process that got them to where they at ain't gonna work a second time around. You lucked up, and now you sitting here trying to talk above your
Yeah,
peers or people. I
I
hate
would
that shit.
when we talk about money, I just think it's all interesting. Like I get it. Like I listen to rappers talk about money, and then I listen to a nigga with a good job talk about money, and he talk the same way. But I listen to white boys who do that same job. They don't talk about it like that. It's just our social structures need to be altered to some extent. But hey, I get it. Like you're still working, bro. You're a step away from getting fired for that job, and you really don't have the skills to do anything else. So good luck, sir. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
but
I
if you
mean,
look at
and
somebody like Riker, he don't talk like a rapper. I've never even seen him live once like a rapper. Who makes good money?
no, I mean, but that's true though. And the thing is, it ain't normalized because say we got somebody that don't know either of us, and they come around and all right, me and you, for the because I haven't seen Armstead, but I'm pretty sure he dresses a certain way. Me and you come dressed the way we dress on the regular, and then we stand next to Riker, who like he's a jeans, and t-shirt kind of guy. They gonna look down on
He's
him
more of a
because
jeans, more of a jeans and button down type.
but niggas will look down on the nigga in jeans and button down or a t-shirt as if like that's going like I did then that defines his status. My cousin is a doctor. That nigga dresses like a straight bum, but no fucker is making damn near $500,000 a year. And we don't talk
Half,
about
man.
money when
Make
we
it
talk.
half. Nigga might be
Like
making 600-700 depending on how this year goes.
it depends. I mean, from what I know before, but still, it's
Well,
just
no, what
like
I'm
well,
saying
no,
is that
he's a
doctors have their
dermatologist.
base salary.
He
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
getting
they have their
COVID
base
money.
salary, but niggas have been waiting to spend money. So he might make that
Yeah,
that
true.
over.
But the crazy thing is just what Reed was saying. Like niggas like get into what their idea money is, and they talk is that. But their level of talking money is so remedial to folks that do talk money, and it's real money because it don't even sound like it. Like they're talking about assets and probably investments and bonds, but they're not even mentioning dollar amounts. They're talking in percentages and shares and shit. A nigga that's out here talking about I get this and I'm taking care of this, and that with this bread ain't even gonna pick up on that lingo because he too busy focusing on thinking a dollar amount equals value.
And like black people talk about money like that paycheck you make is money. White people who make money ain't talk about the paycheck. They talk about the long term benefits of the money they're making right now.
Well, not just that, they're
Exactly.
talking three streams. Like
Yeah.
white people talking 3 to 7 streams of income. Black people talking about the paycheck. They're not talking about the rental income they need. They're not talking about the side business they got. They're not talking about the other, things they're doing like the consulting. Because that's really where a lot of people make their money is they do something really well, get a series of skills that can't be, a particular set of skills to quote taken. And then after they get that particular set of skills, they just tell their company like, hey, it's been nice working for y'all, but I'm about to go in business for themselves. And half the time, the company's like, look, if you're going into business for yourself, we will consult you. You won't get any more of that healthcare, but you're gonna be making a shit ton more money, and you figure that shit out on your own.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, but again, that the language of money is there's different levels to it, and those folks that actually think they're getting money by letting people know via whatever platform don't even catch the actual methods of getting money. Like when people talk to me about my imminent job search and career decisions that's coming up, they're thinking I'm planning for money to make now. In reality, I'm trying to set myself up to where I can start branching off to my other plans for income to come in to where my job is just funding the initial plan and then retirement. Because my plan is retirement. It ain't to work some fucking 70 or 80. But
Whoa, whoa,
they,
whoa, whoa, whoa! How dare you want
I
to be able
never
to
heard a nigga
retire
talk
and
about
enjoy your life?
retirement. Only nigga I've
No,
heard
no,
talk
you
about
weren't talking.
retirement was Riker.
Well, no, you talked about retirement though. Like I understand that maybe you haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but me and you have talked about it, and you've heard DJ All might talk about it because ain't none of us trying to be doing this same shit when we 60, nigga. I'm trying to be
I'll do
traveling across
this.
the world making bad decisions.
I'll do this. We can do
I
this
mean,
till I
yeah,
die.
exactly,
oh
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. We can do this until we the everyday old black man, the
I'm about to
podcast
say we can be
for
the
old
Simpsons
niggas
version
to
of
go about
podcast.
how
Yeah.
things used to be. Remember back in
Uh
2025? Remember them years?
at that
Yeah,
point
man,
we'll probably just
2050
be special
sucks.
guest stars and we'll have a whole network of people working for us.
I'm cool
Right.
with that.
That's what I'd love. I'd love to have the everyday young black men and then the everyday old black men, and then just
Hand it
take
down
over
to the
this
next
everyday.
generation.
Exactly, exactly. Just pick out some young bucks
You're
who probably
homophobic,
right.
Afrophobic, nomophobic, bobophobic.
It'd be like, look, man, look. For some people, the best you're gonna get is tolerance, and we need to
Basically.
celebrate that because that's better than what it used to be. It used to be we don't tolerate, we kill y'all motherfuckers. If someone's just like, you know what, I don't even want to talk about this, then that's better than the alternatives. Like we got to meet people
You
where they are. The
in
same
that
way
Tolerance
a
is
lot of these
dead though.
women. I
huh?
mean, yeah, but it's like you're saying, we need to bring back nuance. But DJ All
Yeah.
You
Might,
said
I don't want to
you
cut you
said
off for
tolerance is
a
bad.
30th time.
Yeah,
No,
tolerance
no,
Well,
is
no,
no,
dead.
no.
no, you good. I was just saying like that falls into what Reed was saying also about this conversation of money. Niggas don't talk retirement, so the generation underneath that generation don't ever understand what the fuck it is. They just see motherfuckers work until they can't work no more from either physical restrictions or just until they die.
I mean, you're right. You're right. There's no way to go
I
around that.
think I think we all want to work to some extent. It's just how you want to work. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Well,
but
no,
that's the
it's just, do you
thing.
want to do
You can
passion projects
retire.
or do you want to do
Yeah,
work?
yeah, you can retire at your main job and like, yeah, I just do this little work over here for fun. Like you ain't relying on it. It's like pocket change, and it's to keep you engaged mentally and physically.
It's your
Gives you a
I go
purpose.
to Aruba twice a year money.
Yeah, basically. Because that's my thing. Like when I say retire, I want to stop working to live and have money flowing to where I can do whatever the fuck I want. Man, I want to go ahead and try out woodwork. Just do it for the fuck of it.
I mean, that's what I'm seeing now with my wife's family. Is like a lot of these Nigerian motherfuckers. That's literally what their plan is. They literally take stuff from here to Nigeria, sell it for a profit, and then come back here and then do the same shit all over again. And it's like, why? How are you able to visit Nigeria for like 3 months, 4 months out of the year? Because I make all my own money. I don't have a job. I own things. Like that's the thing that black people need to get on board with. And black women have been leading the wave on that. But I'm saying like we need to overall
Black
top
men
to
still own
bottom.
more
You
businesses.
know,
No, no, no. I'm not
black
saying that
women.
Oh,
black men don't own more business. I'm just saying we need more young men to get that entrepreneurial mind state.
you
Because if
know, I
we,
always thought the music industry would be that place, but these niggas is
but
failing.
then you
Yeah,
realize that
but
all these niggas is followers. But what I'm saying is we
yeah,
need to do it just from top to bottom. Because like for me, like where I invited you guys to that other day when they were doing the photo shoot. Um, there I go there specifically because that's a black owned business. But the guy who works for the lady who owns that business, they buy from another African store to get all their quantities. Are things more expensive? Slightly, but again, their money is circling in their community. Like we don't have that
right.
here. Like maybe we'll see a
Well,
bodega shop every now and then. Go
you
ahead.
know why? And I got to put this precursor out there. Armstead, you still there?
No.
He's not dead. All right, so I'm not
Damn it,
because before y'all
Armstead.
came, me and him was talking about he's starting his clothing stuff or his fitness attire. I this
Athleisure.
doesn't yeah, this
Yes.
doesn't count him because I know what he's doing. It's a bigger spectrum of what he's actually doing for business. But those niggas that think putting a screen print on a t-shirt is a fucking clothing line, rapping, and sports is all niggas want to do. That is driving me fucking nuts. And
How
then
long?
and
But you
and the
know
close
why,
fifth,
right?
and the close fifth is the fucking promoters. Niggas gotta be in somewhere around a club or bar or party scene. That
You know
is
why,
always
right?
the avenue.
But
What
you
with
know
He
clothing
why?
doesn't know
shit?
why. Tell us. Tell us.
Because it's
Tell us.
It's
easy. Because it's
no, it's
easy and it's
no. It's what they see that it's the things that they see around them that are making money. Like that's what
but
you see. Like you
but
only
who
achieve,
is making money off their IG
but
clothing
they
brand?
don't think that far. You know what I mean? Like when you look at success, they're like that's the thing about like when I always talk about living in white communities. I understand why we shouldn't, but I understand why we should because we need to see different avenues of
Yeah,
success. The only avenues we know of success that are presented us in media are niggas with shirts and like, oh, every rapper you know somebody got a clothing brand. So well,
yeah,
I'm not just
merch
start me
and
a
stuff.
clothing
Yeah,
brand. Oh well, I go to the club. The promoter told me he made 100,000 a night. Oh shit, I can do what he doing. He doing that special. But when you go to a doctor's office, he's like, hey nigga, this nigga went to school for. I ain't trying to do that shit. But you ain't gotta go to school that long to do a lot of shit, nigga. Like to make money.
true.
Like
Facts.
it's what you see. I mean, if you see it in front of you, not that it's easy. A lot of jobs that we don't talk about are very easy and niggas make a lot of money. Like the
Because
oil fields, that's more of a physical
but
job.
niggas but outside of trade, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, you're fine.
Internships, niggas don't think of internships.
When niggas think of
True.
internships, they don't think of paid internships.
Right. They think of
Yeah,
working for free for somebody. But
yeah.
that's literally what you were
But
talking about the other day, Reed. But jump in, DJ.
it was the add on to that. It ain't bad to take a free internship because niggas don't realize the value of networking. Niggas they pride
But
themselves on
it's
networking to
easy
get
to
to a
take a free
club.
internship when you got money behind you, like your parents or somebody taking care of you. But remember, if
But
you most niggas start from the bottom.
But what
all
he's
right,
saying though
so
is like, go ahead.
you don't need your parents to back you all the time. I mean, all right, the whole what's the word? The whole trope of two jobs. It's not two jobs if you're working and then you got an internship because you just need that internship to network. It ain't always got to be paid one. Yes, a paid one is ideal depending on the field you go into. But These niggas are the same ones that will go out of their way and exhaust so much energy to network to get a hold of some hoes, a plug for clothes, a plug for
because
this
they
and that.
seen it work. Like you
Yeah,
gonna
but it works
internship
on
for
that. It
Diddy,
works in the
but you're
professional
not gonna
world though.
internship for John Rockerson, like because you heard
True,
Diddy.
John
Like
true,
Robertson.
but that's the whole thing. What you said about what they're.
There's nuggets of truth in what both of you guys are saying. Sorry to cut you off there,
nuance.
DJ.
Oh, you good?
But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a nuance here. And it's like, yes, ideally, you should get a paid internship provided that everything else is equal. At the same time, like you're saying, DJ, if the non paid internship is going to get you in the room with Diddy and other people that can actually make your career, they need to do that. But the thing that we really need to get back into, because I was watching Millennial Money, one of the girls on there, she's Nigerian, but her main thing is that she became a software engineer because she didn't want to go to law school. Then come to find out she left software engineering because she was tired of the job. She got whatever. I think one of her parents died. Just bad things happened to her in 2020. But she
Hmm.
saved up 6 months worth of stuff so that she could be able to make that leap because she didn't want to have any lapse in healthcare. So she figured out how much Cobra was going to cost, and then she went from there. That's the thing that will allow you to do what Reed is talking about while also getting the same thing that you're talking about, DJ, which is getting the internship with the people who can help make your career difference, but ensuring that you have money. But the problem is a lot of niggas, they only see like what they want to do. And it's not about just what you want to do. It's about whether you're in the ability to do it right now. What?
Okay, and like just to bring up an example, like yesterday, I mean, we were around a person. Doesn't he do software engineer work?
Yeah, he does a lot of different work. But the
Okay,
biggest thing that he does is he's currently a team lead in one place and he is a senior engineer in another place. And
okay.
that
Do
helps
he
out a
go
lot.
around niggas and tell niggas how to get money, like this can make money, like rappers and all this kind of
Any
stuff?
person any person that he talks to, he tells them about what he's doing. The
Yeah,
thing
Correct,
you
but
about
got
it
does he
of
is
go
a
course he
around
lot of
does.
like the
niggas.
little niggas in the hood?
Well, yeah, but when is he ever gonna hang out with niggas in the hood? He wants to
I
hang out with
know,
Thoughts.
that's what I'm saying. Like we need them. They need to make them. We need them niggas to do that for us. We need them niggas to do that
Uh,
for us.
Well,
that
no,
you
it's
know,
about going back to what we're all saying. It's about networking. You know about them through your network. Other people that he knows know about him through their network. And I'm sorry to say this, but niggas not gonna have the kind of network that's gonna get them into where they want to, unless they want to do it. Because we all know a nigga from the hood who used to be doing dumb nigga shit, and then one day it was like, I could get on with these white people, or I can do this, or I can do that third thing. It has to come somewhat from inside. And I hate that it's gonna take probably this new economy that we're going into for the 2021 to 2030.
Shit,
But
man.
niggas is gonna have to realize that you gonna have to reskill. Shit, I might have to reskill. We might all have to reskill halfway into our careers
You saw
because,
Economics Explained? Side note, you
yeah,
did.
I saw the
Yeah,
economics
we're
explain
about to be
on
fucked,
yeah, we are
man.
about to be completely screwed. Like if
Which
you thought that
why you say that?
Cause bro, like inflation. If they don't, I don't know how they're gonna ease it, but like he's right. That shit's coming.
everything. If they get that
How
fifteen
long
dollar
we
thing,
talking?
everything's gonna go up.
No,
And
no, it's going up regardless. They should
oh,
have
they
right.
gonna
did the
do it even with.
$15. It
Oh
ain't gonna
shit,
be
I didn't
worth
know
but
that.
$7. If they did
Wait,
it
but
at 15, it ain't gonna
wait.
be worth but $7.
Did you send the economics
True.
explain link? I didn't even see
Yeah.
that. But
So
like,
basically,
what's about the
40% of the
causes?
money in existence was printed over the last 2 years. Well, in the United
Right,
States over the last 2 years. And they talking
right.
about they don't want to raise. These people about to be fucked because everything's gonna go. Well, allegedly everything's gonna go up due to inflation, and I believe it is. Like they should have raised it. Like that makes more sense. Like that
Like
little
motherfuckers about
fourteen
to drop
hundred
one of the hardest
dollars they
mixtapes
giving
ever.
you, you want to take 40% off that, and that's how much money they really giving you.
Jesus.
Correct. Correct. That's how much they really giving you.
I didn't know. I mean, I was expecting inflation, but I was expecting them to prolong and actually eventually give in
But
on the $15
they
raise.
can't prolong it because the problem here is for the inflation is that it's going to hit us when we least expect it and we have very little control over it because again, interest rates have been historically low since the crash of '08. We've
Hmm.
reduced them to zero. So most of the leveraging tools that you would use to combat inflation, we can't go into negatives. Like if we go into negatives, it's instant dollar is worth nothing. We're now in Zimbabwe currency where it takes $1 billion in Zimbabwe currency to buy some bread. Like it's just there's no way to go around that.
We'll
So it
see.
it I
I
mean, yeah,
mean,
you're right. We gonna see, but it's one of those
maybe
things
Joe
where it's
Biden
like
got something great planned that
Joe
we don't
Biden
know
has
of.
Joe Biden has not a goddamn clue as far as what the fuck he can do to prevent inflation. Shit. I mean, I'm not saying that I think the nigga is slow or whatever, but Joe Biden is spending more time being angry about niggas talking about preventable shit because his kid, Joe Biden feels really bad about, his wife dying and his son dying. So, like, for him,
His
niggas
wife
not
died.
wearing
His wife
masks.
alive.
No,
No,
this
his
is the
first
second
wife.
wife. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's the second one. I didn't even know, bro,
Yeah,
because
this
I
this
don't
the
care
woman
about
who
Joe
got him
Biden.
out of the depression. Because when he
Okay.
yeah.
lost his first wife, and whatever word on the street is, the nigga became an alcoholic. Which, I mean, I now
That
know what it
seems.
means. Like if you get the perfect woman on the first try, and then she gets killed with your kid by a drunk driver, that is probably gonna make you want to drink. And it's probably gonna make you want to drink a lot. But yeah, Jill is his second. Dr. Jill is his second wife. Only saying doctor
Fuck.
because it pisses conservatives off. You're like, she doesn't
How
need that.
dare
She
she
needs
get
a.
an education?
How dare she not want to accept lady? I'm like, why can't we have Dr. Lady? Like, it
When,
really, it only matters to people who are making it matter. Like, this wouldn't be a thing if y'all just
no, you
ignored
got to say it the way they thinking. How can she have babies and deliver at the same time? Huh? It's not possible.
it. It is impossible for her to have babies and also be able to be a doctor, okay? Which is pretty much bullshit because I know plenty of women who got knocked up during medical school and had them babies in their graduation photos.
Yeah, they mask that shit for as long as they can.
Oh yeah, because like as long as you can get it to the part where you're about to take step one, they can't fuck with you. But if you don't make it to the part where you're about to take step one, them schools gonna use any excuse that they can to
Mm-hmm.
kick your ass out. And like, well,
Yep.
women with kids, generally speaking, never would be able to do that.
I
It's
witnessed it.
just it's just not possible.
I witnessed it with my cousin's wife. She kept that shit hidden as long as she could.
I mean, that's just a smart move. I mean, I hate to say it, but if I have to choose between two employees and one is pregnant and the other one's not, I'm choosing the employee that's not pregnant. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's a
Because
fucked
you
up
already got
business
to prep
logic.
for them to be gone for a while, and now they got distractions from work. Yeah.
It's just the problem is, unlike Europe, we don't have a good system. As we were talking about the other day, Reed, me, you. I don't think Armstead was there, but like in other countries, you work 6 hours a day. It's easy to be a parent when you only at the job for 6 hours. It's easy to be a parent when you can split them 6 hours up and do like a split shift, like a lot of those European countries. Like if you do 3 hours here, take care of your baby, do all other shit, then come back and do your other 3 hours, that's easy. Like the shit
It's
that's
even
not
easier if you
easy,
have your own business.
yeah, even
Oh,
easier if you have your own business, but it's damn near impossible for you with the 8 hour shift and we're all expected to be there. Like split shifts need to become a thing. Cause I'm sorry, nigga. There's nothing that's so important that you have to do it for 8 hours straight. Do it for 4 hours, take a 4 hour break, and then come back for the last four. And just call it what it is, a day.
but America.
But that would be too much like right. So that's what it is. That's why it is what it is. Anyway, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Everyday Black Men Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, EVYD Black Men, Instagram Black Men, and the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Website is up by the time you listen to this.
I don't believe him. Oh shit, dude.